balance.
We are live, finally, for episode 33. And those of you that were with us last week, and the show abruptly ended, that was all Randy, and he is now gone, unfortunately. Well, no, fortunately, because he did last a long time.
There's no more.
He did last a long time, but
I hope for that one.
He's no more.
There was important opportunities.
We brought on a new intern, Mateo, who is now let go already and didn't even make it through the first show. That's why we're late. You can blame Mateo.
I had trouble finding the shovel, and we just buried him.
Yep. We had to bury him in the back. So, thank you for your patience. We appreciate everyone joining the show. Please hit that like and share button. Let's get as many folks in here as we can because it's so awesome to read all your comments, read all your questions, and enjoy the chat. So, and just so you know, for all those new folks out there, and I do see some new folks, like, Twig Humphrey, what's up? Nice to see Twig joining us in the show. We've got Woodcock, we got Hard Strike Milson. Oh, we got Rob Marshall from Derek's. He's one of Derek's sponsored players. Derek. Moguns. Oh my gosh. Moguns.
They don't have players.
Yes. Yeah, they do.
They have operators.
They have operators. We got Major Parker. Oh, my lovely Boo is watching. How you doing?
What's up, WC?
We got Robert Fritz in the house.
What's up?
Man, you guys are just
WC. That's right. Gotta do the WC, baby.
WC. We got Timothy Green joining us. He'll also be at joining us at Conflicts later on. So yep. But we'll get to Blast Camp a little bit later. So, before we get started, let's talk about our Valken Alliance. It is our player loyalty program for players and teams because we here at Valken understand that every airsoft player and team has a choice, and those of you that choose to support us, we're supporting you with a loyalty program. All you have to do is head on over to www.valkenalliance.com. You can sign up. It's free to join. You'll get exclusive, just for you members only, promotions, discounts. Also, when you come to events, you'll have a discount in our booth if you ever want to buy any products. And when we go and do any Valken Alliance exclusive events, you'll get to partake in the player party that we'll be doing. Like the next one we're doing is at Blast Camp. Blast Camp. So, but yeah, so if you ever have any questions, you can go to the website or email me at bmanor@valken.com. And pardon me, I have totally forgotten that my co-host is back. Darth Valken, myself.
I live.
The Kaiju. I have had to be without him for what? 2 weeks? 2 weeks?
Yeah, because I was at IWA Limited Edition where Chris got stuck in traffic. What do they call that? A stow.
Yep.
We had a surprise guest. Hashtag free Tim.
Hashtag free Tim.
So we had Tim on again. So he was gracious enough to, fill that slot at the last minute, and it all worked out.
Yeah, but we had like 2 shows in between that. You were there for the IWA show. I'm talking about the 2 weeks.
Yeah, but the 2. Yeah.
You left me.
I was somewhere. I went around the world.
You left me.
I went around the world.
So, Justin Gleason said Blast Camp. You know what that means?
Yep.
Yes, and we love these Skull Candy headphones. They're awesome.
So official.
They're official.
Yeah.
So
thanks to Gino, if he helped us with our budget.
Gino,
these. Yeah,
he did. He actually let me pick the camouflage ones. I liked it. It was nice. So we know you guys like the prize giveaway part of our show. make sure you hit that share button, get it out there. So if we get up to 75 viewers today, live viewers,
we're a third of the way there.
Yep, we're already well above 25. We'll give away 2 prizes. But last week's winner of the Valken Tactical Keymod rail system in 10-inch and the VGS grip is
Ellis Covington.
Congratulations,
Mr.
Ellis.
Covington, hit us up on our Facebook page, message us, and we'll get all of your shipping information and we'll get that out to you. Must claim your prize.
Yes, address, phone number, and email must all be there. And the prize we're giving away this way is like, it's a swag bag.
It's a swag bag.
Swag bag.
Valken Alliance swag bag.
As much Alliance and patches we can grab back here, we're going to throw it in there and send it off to 1 lucky winner. 2 lucky winners if we get up to 75 live viewers. 75.
And yes, Max, I was in Moscow
for
about 5 hours.
And Justin Gleason said he's going to share it because we're talking about Oblast Camp.
Let's go.
So,
all right. Winner, chicken dinner.
Yep.
That's right.
And moving on to our event update. This week's event update is brought to you by, oh my gosh,
Oblast Camp Paintball and Airsoft in Hobart, Indiana.
So, for those of you that have never been to Oblast Camp, they're celebrating 30 years this year as Chicago's longest running airsoft and paintball field. Also a historic landmark that served as a Nike missile defense base during the Cold War. They actually, if you go to their website, they actually have a whole page dedicated for history for the missile
It's like
base.
where the command staff would be. The silos are off site somewhere, but the field is actually... Okay, they were on site a mile and a half away. Our technical advisor was just updating us on that. So they got 10 unique fields, incredibly professional staff. They're always out there on the field the entire time, very helpful on and off the field. Registration is smooth. Check-in chrono, these guys have it on lock. They go by joules. They don't go by FPS.
Yes, Jews.
They've been doing it for years before it was cool.
Yep.
1,500 square foot pro shop with all major brands, including the complete line of Valken products. That's another big thing. It's a very, very nice shop.
Oh yeah, I can't. I mean, I know you've been there. I'm looking forward to going there for the first time. They've got bathrooms and camping on site, and the one thing I'm looking forward to the most that I heard about is that they have concessions every weekend. They have Chick-fil-A on Saturdays and Papa John's on Sundays.
They bring it all in.
Oh my gosh.
It's hot. It's awesome.
What? I mean, I know some fields they've got, the typical
Slushies?
bowling alley type
Slushies.
stuff. They have slushies?
They have slushies.
Oh my gosh, slushies. I wish I could have a slushie.
So you can totally be like, what's that, dude, it's Milsim, bro.
A Milsim slushie.
Milsim, bro.
Milsim slushie.
Tactical slushy. So does it mean does the tactical slushy taste like mud?
Ew. That's like those Harry Potter jelly belly jelly beans that taste like boogers. Ugh. So, events this weekend. We don't have any events this weekend.
Because it's Easter.
Yeah.
Everyone finally got the message. You know how many times I had to go out of town on business because one of you fools put an event on Easter weekend? That's right. Enough angry wives and Milsim widows out there spoke up.
So go spend time with your family this weekend. It's Easter.
Yeah, have fun.
It's Easter.
Find the Easter eggs.
Do you
Pray
believe
to the fertility goddess, whatever it is you do on Easter.
So, continue on with future events.
All right, future events. All right, April 6th through the 8th in the Northeast, Operation Lion Claw Simulation Series is hosting Red Storm East Phoenix Rising in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Valken Alliance will be there in force with Bobby Woods and Dreads Airsoft. We will also have an HPA fill station on site.
Yep. And next Thursday, next week, I'm going to be live in the Northeast region with Bobby Wolves and Dreads on our show next week. So you're going to want to check that out.
Boom. I get another week off.
I know, right? It's slacking. No, you have to find another intern because we just buried Mateo out in the backyard. So you have to find another intern. And the reason why we have interns is so we don't have to go through the HR nightmare when we have to fire them. Keeps it simple.
Simple.
April 7th, in the Rockies region, right here in our own backyard, JTAC Milsim and Airsoft is hosting their Home Front Series at Kiowa Creek Airsoft in Bennett, Colorado.
I'll be there. I'll be throwing them Enola Gays.
EG-67s.
EG-67s all day long. Oh, yeah.
BB grenades.
The Enola Gay. This is my gem shirt. This is my... Boom. All right. April 13th through the 15th in Eastern Europe, Border War Milsim will be hosting episode 10 of Border War series called The Beast Slayer in the Czech Republic. 3,000 player event, and be sure to look for the Valken shop on site. So they've got a like a vendor area, but none like you've ever seen. It's like a huge. It's not even a tent. It's like a building. A big building. They have a beer garden. They have concessions there, but good stuff. Like you can have, I mean, they have sausages. They have.
Oh yeah.
What's the?
It's like a festival.
What's the stew they have over there?
Like a grog or something.
Something like that.
I don't know.
Goulash.
It's goulash.
They have goulash.
Goulash.
You like goulash?
Yes.
With a big stack of bread. Be there.
So also, while I'm there, we're going to be partnering up with Airsoft and Milsim News Blog for a photo contest. And we're going to pop up the information for you so you can check it out right here. But basically, we're going to give everyone at Border War, all 3,000 of these players, the opportunity to submit their favorite loadout pick from Border War. They can either email it to me right after the event, or I can take their pick on site. They just come to the booth, I'll kit it out, and I'll take their pick. And what we're going to do is we're going to put all those photos online, let everybody vote for them.
But you got to look like this hottie named, Chris Bravo.
Yes, Chris Bravo, like the guy you see
model.
right there on the screen. That's Chris Bravo.
Great guy.
You gotta look sexy like him.
So sexy.
And the top 5 picks that get voted are going to get Valken gift cards with first place €300 gift card for Valken. So I am looking forward to taking a lot of snaps that weekend.
April 13th to the 15th in Western Europe. What's that? Skelf?
I purposely did this.
Skellefteå. Airsoft is hosting Rendition CQB PETA in Skövde, Sweden. In Sweden.
He hates me.
Thanks.
You're welcome. April 14th through the 15th in the South region, Third Coast Airsoft is hosting Op Crossfire 3 at Texas Paintball in Jonestown, Texas.
All right, April 14th in the Midwest, Hole in the Wall Paintball is hosting their 2018 Airsoft Spring Social in Bangor, Michigan. Did they change that? Wasn't it like an Airsoft game?
No.
I don't remember Airsoft Spring Social last month.
No, that was a new one that's come up in the last 2 weeks. Yeah, you're probably thinking of the big Airsoft game that was last weekend.
Yeah, that must have been it.
Yeah. April 20th through the 22nd in the Midwest, Cross Tactical Airsoft is hosting Op Iron Cross in Jane, Oklahoma.
April 21st in the Midwest, Cobra Airsoft Legion. Who are those guys?
Wait, are they on the show today?
I think so. We're still trying to get a hold of them. Their agent is being a
pain in our butt.
Is being a PETA.
A PETA. Yeah.
They're hosting Battle of Quezon. It's like Quezon, like this.
Quezon, yeah.
Down. It's a Quezon at Oblast Camp in Hobart, Indiana.
April 21st through the 22nd, also in the Midwest. Man, if you're an airsoft player and you live in the Midwest region, you have access to a lot of events. I just got to say, you are one lucky, blessed airsoft player if you live in the Midwest. JTAC Airsoft and Milsim and The Rock Airsoft are hosting Op Medusa 2 the Separatist Last Stand in Bolivar, Missouri at the Rock Quarry.
A rock quarry. April 27th to the 29th in the southern region, Operation Lion Claws Simulation Series is hosting Op Bulldog Spring Assault at Fort Hood, Texas. The Valken Alliance and the Raptors Airsoft team will be leading the charge with Mad Max Mullen.
Max is not going to be at Fort Hood.
What?
That was a typo. Who made our note? Mateo made our note cards.
Mateo. God bless his soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Elijah and Boaz, Mount Site. We're going.
All right.
We're heading down there.
Elijah and Boaz.
May 4th through the 6th in the Appalachian region, Third Coast Airsoft.
Appalachian. Did you grow up in the South?
No.
They also Appalachian. It's Appalachian Mountains.
I'm from upstate New York, man. Come on. Yeah. All right. Third Coast Airsoft is hosting Op Stonebreaker 2018 at GTI in Barnwell, South Carolina. The Government Training Institute.
Oh, yeah. May 4th to the 6th in the Appalachian. Hard Strike Milsim and Mutiny Airsoft are hosting Bloodline Requiem at Bad Karma Airsoft in Lebanon, Tennessee.
You can just say mutiny.
Mutiny? Mutiny. That's not mutiny. Mutiny?
M-U-T-A-N-Y.
All right.
May 5th.
Deliverance in the Appalachian Mountains.
Deliverance. May 5th in the Rockies region, JTAC Milsim and Airsoft is hosting their home front series again. They do it once a month at Kiowa Creek Airsoft in Bennett, Colorado. Oh my gosh, there's
so many events.
I know.
And May 18th to the 20th in the Midwest, these guys at Cobra Airsoft Legion, always busy, at Oblast Camp, Paintball and Airsoft, are hosting Conflicts 4. In Hobart, Indiana, Valken is a proud sponsor of Conflicts. We cannot wait to play in the new compound.
The compound.
150
feet of 8-foot wall surrounding that thing. That's a lot of wall. This is where.
Okay.
The shoulder.
Who wants to bet money? There's going to be some tactifool that thinks he can get over that wall.
That's why we built shoulder pads into our Tango Combat shirt. We have shoulder pads in our Tango Combat shirt, so you can put that guy on the bottom of the human ladder and throw people over. That's how that works. May 18th through the 20th in the Rockies region, JTAC Milsim and Airsoft is hosting Jackal 3 in Elbert, Colorado.
May 25th to the 28th in Western Europe, UK versus USA International Airsoft and Dog Tag Airsoft are hosting UK versus USA Airsoft match at Homebush Paintball in Sussex, UK. Bobby Wolves will be there representing.
Yeah, it'll be Bobby Wolves' first international event.
This should be interesting.
Yeah.
You seen the guy try and talk to players?
And apparently he's having
I think there might be a language barrier.
difficulties. I think they don't want to let him out of the country because of his neighbor.
Because he's so sexy. Just so sexy.
May 25th through the 27th in the Midwest region, American Milsim is hosting Operation Broken Home 7 at D-Day Adventure Park in Wyandotte, Oklahoma.
It's supposed to be like one of the biggest games. I don't know. It's a fashion show now. That's all it is. It's like multicam tropic versus multicam arid versus this, and who wants to switch sides because this team's losing the first day and they want to go play with the cool kids team. I'm just saying.
Just saying.
May 25th through the 27th in the Pacific region, Operation Lion Claws and Military Simulation Series is hosting Op Lion Claws in Victorville, California. Team Valken will be there. Is Spades with Iron Man, Les Trooper, and Disposable Heroes.
Dude, we're going to be heavy with Team Valken.
Oh, it's going to be on.
We're going to have our own platoon. That's the thing. We're gonna have our own platoon,
especially the guys who play second in the Lion Claws Challenge.
I know.
I mean, they're second, but you guys should have seen this thing. It was like the challenge was a mile long, 4 challenges, and you get like 5 minutes to re-kit between each challenge.
No, actually, no, you don't get it. It's like a 30-minute window for each challenge. If you finish early, that's your break before the next one. So if you finish right on time, you literally have to. The time starts on the next one. It's not like round robin. And those guys, they were smoked, and those guys are some fit dudes. So how can you get your event shared on the Valken Debrief? All you have to do is you can message us right here at Valken Airsoft Facebook Messenger. Send me all the details. It's even better if you've already created a Facebook event page. You should always do that, because then we can share it, say we're going, and share it with the rest of the world. So all you have to do is very easy to get it on the...
Richard says I was picking on AMS. I pick on who I want.
Richard who?
Richard Hurry from...
Oh,
that's just because he's Mr. Airsoft C3, friends with everybody.
He is friends with everybody.
Switzerland. And yeah, Woodcock, I eat COs for breakfast. You should ask Top about the time my unit hog-tied him, put a black bag over his head, and dragged him out of the talk.
Oh my goodness. But before we get to our special guests, that's all I have to say about them. They're super special.
So they're special.
They're special.
That's for sure.
They're very special. And we have to preface that anything that they say is not the views or opinions of Valken Incorporated.
We've never had to preface this before any guests come on before.
This is the first time we've ever. This is going to be a wild ride. I'm telling you guys. But before we get to our special guests, check out this next video where Dreads Airsoft is showing off his loadout for Red Storm East coming next weekend. I'm typing.
Typing what?
I'm typing.
You got a guy on the side?
Yeah.
Do I need to worry?
No.
Okay, fine. So who's introducing these foes?
That would be you.
Me? Okay, go on. Because I've met them.
Yes, you know them the best.
I do. Had long conversations over beers. Let's see. Our special guests today are Ryan Tweeny Furtkamp. Hope I said that right.
Yeah, you did.
Gary Major Blood Mullins from Cobra Airsoft Legion. Welcome, Ryan and Gary. Are we going to use your your made up names?
No, nobody knows them as Ryan and Gary.
Yeah, I mean, are we going to use?
Yeah, nobody at all.
We're going to refer to each other with our made up names.
Yes.
Yeah, there's probably people that would kill for those secrets, to be honest.
So, Tweeny and Major Blood it is.
Tweeny and Major Blood.
How are we doing today, gentlemen?
We're good.
Well,
how are you? You had to sit through all that.
Yeah, you had to sit through all the technical difficulties. And remember, everything you saw didn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, it looked professional to me, what was going on. I mean, even when you took Mateo out and got rid of him, we figured that was just what needs to be done.
It's like part of the job.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you guys really made it look professional.
And if you're just joining us out there, we are here live, Valken Debrief, episode number 33 in beautiful Colorado Ranch. And we are live with our special guests, Cobra Airsoft Legion. We got Tweenie and Major Blood from Cobra Airsoft Legion, who their base camp is Oblast Camp!
Oblast Camp!
I guess we should have done the introduction.
Oblast Camp.
Should have done the introduction with properly as Cobra Commander, like Tweety and Major Blood.
I could have wore the helmet if you wanted to. I have one. I could have put it on and came on, maybe for another video later.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
Hit that share button.
You fool!
Hit that share button so everyone else can have fun watching this.
Retreat, Major Blood, retreat!
Oh my goodness. Oh, so you guys look like a couple OGs like us. So tell us, how long have you guys been running together as Cobra Airsoft Legion as a team?
Oh man. Well, our first official game at Oblast Camp was March 2007. So what, 11 years now throwing games there.
When we first started throwing the games there, we were still playing at that point.
Yeah.
We really didn't. We could play at that time. We didn't need a real rep presence,
Yeah, I mean so 2007 March was our first official game at Oblast Camp. We had some smaller kind of backyard games we had done before that, but nothing.
Springers, no iPro, that type of thing. Cops call.
Yeah. Just get it. I mean, hell, when I first got into airsoft, there was two guns. You had Classic Army and Tokyo Maru, and you had guns with hoppers, and that was it. I mean, we used to run around with the double eagle shotguns because that's all there was then. So yeah, 2007.
Yeah.
Awesome. And I just got a message from our producer that it's Major Blood's birthday. So we're going to sing him happy birthday. Happy birthday to
I'm not singing. Stop that.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Major Blood.
Is there at least like a cake and like something that jumps out of it that looks like Lady Jane?
You know what? Look, Cobra's cheap, so we don't buy nothing for nobody.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'd be lucky if I could carry 2 mags at the next game.
There you go. Something you can use. So what prompted you to partner with Oblast Camp and run events?
You know what? When we first started throwing airsoft games back then, there was just a lack of games in general. We were happy, back in 2004 and 2003. I mean, we were lucky to get 30, 40 people to show up to an event. So it wasn't very big then. And once we got our paws on a Nike missile base, I mean, it was enough said right there that we were going to throw it because of the actual place, because it's such a cool place.
Yeah. And then once Virgil took over, it was like, when did he come in? 2010?
Yeah.
30 years ago.
Yeah. So it's I mean, it's been a long, we've seen airsoft come definitely out of the shadows and come more mainstream. I mean, when we were first throwing games, nobody even used the word airsoft. It was just, there wasn't a lot of people. It wasn't a well-known mainstream word, I guess is what I'm looking for. You couldn't walk into Walmart and just see a wall of guns and things like that.
No, there's still
it
Brass
was
Eagle
in the 80s.
Brass Eagle and JT, all that stuff.
Yeah. And so we started throwing games just because we were looking for the light milsim experience. And when I say that, I mean 2 teams with submissions and commanders. We don't get the hardcore, make your ruck 40 miles or anything like that. We just try to call it light milsim, full day operations with breaks, and then
you don't like having actual casualties?
You
don't
what now?
You don't want to do the hardcore milsim? You guys can't deal with actual casualties? Beyond the straight, severe dehydration.
Oh yeah, we get
dying.
hit. I mean, in the 11 years of getting up there and doing briefings once a month for the last 11 years, I've had kids pass out right in the middle of briefing. I get a lot of heat cats.
In the middle,
see a lot of
they lock their knees.
Hey, what's that behind you guys? Right behind you. What is that behind you?
That's our picture of Oblast Camp. That's one of the radar towers. Blast Camp!
So, if those of you out there have not figured it out yet, that every time we say Blast Camp, and you guys out there need to hit that share button. Mm-hmm. Every time we say the word Blast Camp, hit that share button. So,
I don't know. Woodcock standards of Milsim. What happened
Wow.
to Game of Honor? What happened to Game of Honor and ushering the new generation?
Hookers, blow, and alcohol required to be hardcore milsim. Wow.
Wow. I mean,
that guy?
I just got back from Never mind.
No, we won't go there. We won't go there. All right. So, how many events do you guys typically put on every year at Blast Camp?
We do one big event a month, and then coupled by sometimes we do a real loadout game where we actually do 30 rounds in your rifle and 7 in your pistol. And before people get into the pistols, we just allow 7. I don't care about how many pistols carry what, because then we'd have to go through all the players. And that's a real hardcore game. Like, if you go down, you may actually have to lay there for an hour and a half.
Take a nap.
Yeah, it's pretty much just like a squad based. We start you off, and you come into the actual base, and then you're basically raiding the base and doing the
yeah, and it's very small. Like, when I say this, we're talking a very minimal of 30 to 40 players, because as promoters, that's all the space that we have to provide that kind of game in that environment at Blast Camp.
Yeah. Blast Camp. Mm-hmm.
You like how I did that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I came prepared.
Do you have more? Do you have another one?
For me.
Damn you.
For me.
I don't know. You guys
just drive over here.
You gotta take a whiz.
Hey. Next question's yours.
He's gonna go refill his water bottle. Okay. What do you think is important for teams to work with local fields? Why do you think it's important?
Why do I think it's important for teams to work with local fields?
Yeah. I don't know. Is that too highbrow?
I mean,
question?
for one, I personally think local fields depend on certain teams to call them home and things like that, because they're gonna bring in those new players. They're gonna help spark the interest in maybe somebody that wouldn't play, and so hopefully they bring them in like that. And just, I mean, word of mouth is still going to be your best advertisement, especially for airsoft.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why I think. But there's a fine line, because I know when you're starting to get into teams, and then the size of teams, and you get too many Chiefs and not enough Indians, sometimes it gets a little confusing.
Like how Will did with Black Ops. He had like all the teams. He's had all the different teams he had out.
Sure,
so, you know, I can see that. You establish with the teams, and that gets the other kids too. They see, oh yeah, wow, these guys got a team. They either start a new team or they join the team that their friends are on. You know.
Yeah, but too many times too, you see too many fields that they're sponsoring too many teams, and then the fields out there think they've got power because they're a sponsored team by so-called field, and so then they try to make bad calls too. So it's kind of a double-edged sword sometimes, I think.
Well, I've also seen, like, when you got sponsored teams, house teams, and they're there all the time. They know the field. And, sometimes they can be seen as favorites, or they're too good, and it unbalances the game. And I think it's really important that, when a team works with a field to run events, is to keep that balance. And
when we run,
keep that objectivity.
As Cobra, if you run an event, you are not allowed to play as a referee. You cannot play and ref at the same time. It doesn't work. I've seen it go bad too many times before. where field owners are making bad calls or somebody playing is making a bad call. I know some of the bigger guys get away with doing that.
Yeah,
and I've got no problem when they're on 100 acres and they're spread out. But when there's a lot of close quarters fighting and shooting going on, you got to have a ref there all the time.
And when it comes to that, I don't show favoritism when it comes to
No.
I don't care how long you've been playing
No.
Oblast Camp. Yeah, you might be a friend of mine when we'll be playing. Hey, you know.
Yeah. Oh no, dude, bro. Go ahead. Walk all the way back to the respawn.
Oh, yeah.
All the way. Got touch that flag.
So we do have a question from the chat room.
Okay.
Is being a team killer like being part of a team, just asking for a friend?
Just asking for a friend.
I mean, I got a bunch of ways I can answer that.
We'll answer it then.
Come on, Co. Raw.
No, it's not. It's not. I mean, come on, man. You don't team kill. That's stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've had some instances in my day where I've commanded and my troops didn't want to do what we wanted them to do, so shot.
So you had to motivate them. You had to pull out the old Russian playbook.
Hey, like we say, you're either going to die on the front line and go to respawn, or you're going to die here. But either way, you're going to respawn, so you might as well figure it out.
Might as well make it worth it. Die for something.
Woodcock actually has a good comment. Local fields need to promote each other's events. They need to stop competing against each other. What do you guys think about that?
We think that's a great idea.
That's an awesome idea.
You know what? In our years of the travels of doing this, we have found that most people don't care.
Yeah, that's sad. Really sad.
Andrew Holmes says, but team kills happens sometimes on accident, I promise.
I mean,
we have like a
there's a
PSA.
difference
Don't we have a
between
Valken
fire
PSA?
and
We have a
team
Valken
killing.
PSA on
Maybe
team
we should
killing.
take a break and show the Valken PSA. Wait, we don't have it queued up?
Do you think you would see Andrew
Well, we
Holmes?
don't have an intern at the moment to cue it up, so.
We don't have an intern to queue up the PSA. Maybe we'll share that next time. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Finchy Finch asks, do you see it as a club or a business? It's rare to see old school airsoft clubs here in the UK.
I mean,
we've never really been like. I mean, we'd be stupid to tell you that it's not a business thing. Okay?
right. For
That's
anybody
dumb.
that comes out and says, I don't do it for the
Right,
money.
that's-
Yes, I
Now-
do it because I love it.
Yeah.
But in the end of the day, you're making some money too. Like, so.
But I still do think because there's a lot of teams out there who are 12, 13 to 15 people in their groups that still hang out as like a club. And yeah, I mean, I
Sure.
think those are still cool. But I mean, I think it's both, to be honest.
And, one of your frequent players, Taylor, the Tower Scott. He says he's
What's up,
been
minigun?
he's been to many events hosted by big name companies, and Cobra Airsoft Legion games always run the best and with the least amount of yelling and confusion. So kudos
Oh,
to
well,
you guys.
thank you.
Thank you.
I mean, we also don't think we have all the answers
Yeah,
as
man.
promoters. We know that it's a growing sport and evolving, and so you've got to kind of roll with what comes out, like the new 40 mic that's coming out. I mean, I know a lot of the promoters that I've talked to, of all the big other people, they're all really worried about this. Some people love it, some people hate it, so you're seeing new innovations all the time. So we years learned to roll with new stuff. I mean, originally HBA guns weren't even around, to where you didn't have to worry about this rate of fire stuff. And
But it's 240 FPS. Like, really.
No. I understand that for the 40 mic, but I'm talking HBA guns in general too.
Yeah, the rate of fire in general. But like at 240 FPS, you're just finding a reason to complain.
No, I understand that. Like, look, I'm willing to give it a shot. I know you want to run around with your little Mad Max double gun shotguns with 2 203s in each and just spray everybody.
I don't want it to be that thing. Like if there's a mission where I have to get to somebody or a high value target, something, and they just hear that noise getting closer and closer. The next room
See,
is
like we
like
said,
you hear a lot of screaming and then nothing and that noise and screaming and that noise and nothing and just getting closer and closer and they're like,
Yeah, I think it would be cool as a flamethrower. I don't know if somebody built a flamethrower for it. Also,
it even sounds like a flamethrower.
So speaking of Mad Max, how do you feel about cosplayer dressing up for airsoft games?
We're totally with it. Yeah. We do believe that it's set for the game. So if we're throwing a Vietnam style game, don't come as Mad Max. But we do theme games. We do a Mad Max theme game.
We do a Cobra versus.
We do a Cobra versus Joe game.
Where we encourage you to dress up as your best, Cobra.
Yeah. Now we also do some World War II games. And then there's some games like we used to do a Red Dawn game, so you'd have the Wolverines, and so I definitely think it's cool to dress up. I mean, half my kits that I have built in my lifetime have been for one reason or another, for some character, or whether you were playing a terrorist, or you were playing a NATO, or you were playing a Russian, or whatever it is that you were dressing up for that day. Yes, we do, but the short answer is yes.
Yeah. Nice.
Hashtag Wolverines. Probably half our audience doesn't know the movie Red Dawn. We got
Blast Camp.
Blast Camp.
Blast Camp. Hit that share button.
Share.
Oh, so
Sure.
So speaking of one of those events, who is your favorite G.I. Joe character?
Cobra.
We don't have favorite Joes.
Well, you know what I meant.
It's called G.I. Joe.
You know what I meant. You know what I meant.
I mean,
so if it's got to be a Cobra character, then tell me a Cobra character.
I mean, I'm gonna go with the Commander for sure.
Blood.
Yeah. I actually didn't you like Fumbles?
Yeah, Fumbles. Yeah. It's always been Fumbles.
It's always been Fumbles.
Fumbles.
Oh, nice.
Snake Eyes. What about? Do you have any of those guys on your team that play Storm Shadow?
No, but we have a scrap iron.
We do have a scrap iron. Nobody plays Storm Shadow. Why you want to come play Storm Shadow?
Run around in all white? That'd be a challenge.
Yeah. It would work if Blast Camp though with all the white buildings.
Oh, yeah.
You could just blend in and hide the ceiling.
And if you rub up against the wall, you can become camouflage with the paint.
Yeah, you with your 40-40 mics, and you can just jump down.
Oh,
I do it swords and all.
Yeah, maybe you could get one of them 40 mics and a bow, so you can be like Storm Shadow shooting his bow.
Yeah. Bacon, his favorite G.I. Joe character is Stalker. Woodcock, his is Snake Eyes. And our very own mod, Zartan.
Zartan's a good one. Oh. Yeah, we got a special spot for the Dreadnoughts.
Yeah, we got Wild Weasel. Yes.
Yeah, we love Wild Weasel the pilot.
Snow Raptor, no Snow Raptors, Woodcock.
Snow Raptor.
If I did anything, it would be the Cryptek Yeti.
Cryptek Yeti is better than Snow Raptor. I would have to agree.
Snow Raptor looks like baby formula vomit.
Because there's too much like what, pink and brown in that. There's some pink.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
What happened?
So, without giving any spoilers for next month, what can we expect from Conflicts 4 at Blast Camp?
A lot.
I mean, our standard normal, nobody probably calling their hits and overrating jewels.
Doming kids with launchers, running over people with
we are this year. We are going to semi-auto for all the riflemen.
That is new.
That is going to be something different.
Do you sound like
because of the whole bang kill?
Do you have like the one jewel SMG no minimum engagement rule? I love that one.
No, we do actually do a 10-foot no engagement rule, and that's what I was about to get into. That's kind of the new big thing is a lot of fields are going to the no bang kill rule and things like that. Since we do allow full auto on our field, We do cap. We've had a Banco rule. We do cap the rate of fire at 20 balls a second. And I know before I hear all the naysayers and everybody always bitches and complains that 20 balls isn't fast enough, even though it's a sewing machine.
Yeah.
Most guns come stock out of the box between 14 and 16, depending.
And depending upon what size battery you're using.
Sure. Yeah. Sure. And I mean, again, we're in the Midwest too, so like the high-speed gear stuff, I know that's great for everybody out on the West Coast where it's 80 degrees year-round, but when it drops to -10 and we're still out there playing in 3 feet of snow and it's snowing on you, you don't need high-speed gears because it's going to shatter your gearbox.
Yeah. Virgil, he's saying drones. What about drones?
What about drones?
We are allowing drones this year. We're allowing drones. This is the first time we're trying the drone rule. Drones can't be shot at.
What about drone-to-drone combat?
Ooh.
No.
I've got DJI insurance, so.
Nice. You know what? We actually have this whole thing set up for flight decks. So only one drone's going to be in the air at a time, and then they're each going to have their own flight deck with a specific feat to try to control it a little bit so they're just not willy-nilly flying their drone around wherever they want. We're also going to do limits on the time. Just because as a promoter, we've never used them, so we don't know how it's going to affect the game yet. So we don't want to make something really OP'd and really overpowered,
Well, I've seen guys out there do the whole... they pipe it out to like a big screen, so you got your operator operating the drone, and then it's all up on the big screen, and it can really be a force multiplier.
See, that would be cool. That would be cool to run it to a big screen at Oblast Camp.
Yeah,
and seeing that, cool. And then if you had certain technical people that could overlay graphics and pipe that out, that'd be pretty dope.
Ooh, Anthony Salazar just had the best idea ever.
Drones
with the 40 mic as airstrikes.
Oh! That's an easy solo. I have people I can talk to.
Anthony, you rock, man.
Just straight down. Just
there you go, man.
No, you angle it forward, and then it becomes an A10 Warthog, because then it sounds like it.
Oh, that would be so awesome.
Yes. All right.
Oh,
you've done something evil, Anthony.
We're going to have to train a 40 mic now because he's going to want to try that.
Oh, we'll be mounting that to the Phantom 4 right there on the skids. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's coming.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, also for conflicts, we don't do a lot of night games at Blast Camp. We only do about 1 or 2 a year, so you're going to get to do the night play. We've got LED lights lit up in all the buildings.
We got some cool ideas for the night play this year. So we're going to try that out.
Yeah, we'll also be running, we run ambient sound in the night. We don't tend to do it in the daytime, but at nighttime we'll set up speakers and run city noises and explosions, and we're using the propane guns that everybody's been using.
Gotcha.
So, with explosions, and so you can feel it actually too.
In regards to this night game, because there's always the question that comes up for the night game, as an event host and game control, how do you equalize the battlefield to ensure everyone has a good time when players show up with nods, night vision?
You know what? Good question. I just don't get a lot of people with nods. I know the bigger Milsim events tend to. We're out there running nods when we're reffing, so we can see what's going on. I haven't really had it been too much of a problem, but also too with Blast Camp, because you're going through some of these buildings that are full-size barrack buildings, or even in the daylight, you need flashlights to clear. There's so many little tiny rooms there that you can have as much nods as you want, but you can't see through a wall.
Yeah.
That's true.
So to go room clear, if you've got, 10 rooms in that building, you can't see through it all. Now, for the open space, sure, I guess it would give some people some advantages. You're seeing more of it nowadays because night vision's getting cheaper.
Yeah, we try to put more light out, too.
Yeah.
Kind of disrupt it a little bit. I mean, it's dark enough out there that it doesn't really mean. But we really don't get very many people with nods.
Yeah, the only thing we were discussing is starting to put a laser wattage on, because some of these guys come out with these big green lasers that can reach the moon. They don't need to be shining back and forth to people. So that's been something that's been in discussion just between us in the background, because I know they make lenses that can protect you from the lasers and stuff, but I just don't see making players actually buying those.
Right.
Yeah.
Speaking of night games, what can you tell us about this Battle of Naboo night game?
Oh, okay. Well,
It's easy.
kind of where, yeah.
So you could go out there and do your Kylo Ren loadout.
Well, so this one is a it is a night game, and it is a tracer. You must have a tracer unit to play this game.
Yes.
Now we're only asking you to have a tracer on your primary. You don't need to have one on your secondary.
We encourage it, though.
We encourage it. Yes. When you come, what is it? 50, right? How much was it?
Yeah. I mean, when you sign up, you get a bottle of tracers.
A bottle of tracers for whatever color your team is, whether
and then
you're the Galactic or
each
Republic or the Separatists. Each team will have its own color.
Yeah, one team is red for the red lasers, and one team is green for the green lasers. We have a bunch of really cool towers at Oblast Camp, so we are setting up a couple miniguns we're trying to get with tracers to simulate some gun runs from the movie and things like that. And then with the whole, everybody's got to have a tracer. I'm just excited to see like 75, 80 people fighting each other, and then you can actually see all the BBs in the air. We are allowing guys to mix them, because I know we've had some questions about that, and like, can they mix regular BBs with tracers? We don't make you run a solid tracer, loadout in the BBs, but we encourage it. And we tend to set off pyro, because the beautiful thing about Indiana is, there's not a lot of laws. So besides just shooting off real rockets, we can get away with just about anything we want up there.
Nice.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Have to come out.
Are we
lightsabers
invited?
allowed?
Ooh, lightsabers. That's a good question.
You know what? No. We discussed this. There are going to be
I'm not coming.
Jedis and Sith that they can unlock, but we don't. We outlawed foam weapons a long time ago, because we used to have a couple zombie games, and people started coming with just too many foam weapons. And you'd have guys with maces and Chinese stars and daggers. And next thing I know, people's jumping out of the woods throwing a foam star at somebody. I'm like, this is not an airsoft. Okay. So we outlawed those things years ago.
It's them, not us.
And,
It's them, not us.
yeah. So the lightsaber thing, sorry guys, the lightsaber thing, we're not going to have players running around, because they tend to start whacking each other and beating them. If they want to carry a lightsaber, they can follow our normal bang kill rules, but there's no special rules for Jedi or Sith. Right. At least not for as far as the normal player goes. We're just trying to push the trooper experience and the separatist experience on that one for the battle droids. So we're just kind of trying to push the rifleman experience on that, and just get everybody to have tracers.
Really cool NPCs.
As
could have.
Yes. Trooper is life. But no, because I know you guys do the Battle of Hoth in the early spring, late winter out there at Blast Camp for those paintball folks.
Yes.
So I'm very happy to hear that you guys are doing a Star Wars themed airsoft event. That is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, we had been throwing it around for years, and then once we came up with this night game idea, we were like, you know what, we got to do it. This is the way to simulate it. So we're gonna get a couple BB-8s.
And then realistically too, we'll see how this goes this year, because this is kind of like our test run on this whole thing. So we'll see how this goes. If it goes well and we think that we can add Jedis to it or something like that, we will.
Then we will.
But until then, we'll go with what we got, and hopefully it'll be a good game.
Awesome. Nice. Awesome. Well, I think we've about run out of time on the meter.
Yeah.
We
Run over the meter.
We ran out of quarters. So, but man, Tweenie, Major Blood, thanks for coming on. Love all the
hashtag free Tim.
Hashtag free Tim. Yeah, and thank you so much for sharing some of the stuff you have planned for Conflicts 4. I know myself and the rest of the Valken crew, we are very excited to be there. We're going to have Dire Wolves Airsoft team. We're going to have Nemesis.
Dire Wolves.
Yeah, we're going to have Nemesis Milsim
I know
team.
the Dune Squad's coming down. There's a lot of people coming down for this game.
Dreads Airsoft coming all the way from New Jersey. And we're going to have to give Bobby Wolves a hard time because apparently he's going to be on a cruise in Alaska. And he can't make conflicts. I'm like, Airsoft? Cruise. I'm like, I'd go for Airsoft any day. Airsoft, it's especially at a Nike
Alaska, they're not that much
decommissioned missile base. Come on. Well, thank you everyone for sticking around with us and sitting with our technical difficulties. And we're not sorry that you did not get to meet Mateo, but Josh will have to find a new intern for us. But join us next week. I will be live with Bobby Wolves and Dreads Airsoft in New Jersey at our headquarters right before the Red Storm East. Guys, again, thank you very much for joining us from Oblast Camp.
Gentlemen. Appreciate it.
Out.